Well, there we go. And this is the first thing I want to get into today because you kind of have to. Have you guys seen Avengers yet? Endgame?
I have not.
I
I'm
have.
going
Okay.
Sunday.
Well, first
Yeah.
things first. The previous record, they were box office wise, they were thinking, hey, this might go over 300 million opening weekend, right?
Mm.
The previous records for opening weekend for a movie were Infinity War, and it made 257 million. It made 257 million domestic, and like 640 million worldwide opening weekend. Right.
Mm.
Endgame made 350 million domestic, so like almost 100, like 90 million more,
Yeah.
and worldwide 1.2 billion worldwide
Jesus.
opening weekend.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
fucking yeah, crazy. It doubled the highest grossing opening weekend ever. And the highest grossing movie ever is still Avatar, 2.7 billion, right?
Mm.
Right now, as of right now, Endgame is at 1.48 billion.
Yeah. So closing
So it's more than halfway there after 5 fucking days.
in. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, 30 billion is probably not, because I'll tell you what, right? And not giving any spoilers out there because so far people are getting their ass beat all over the place for fucking spoilers. So it happened in Hong Kong. A guy gets sent to the hospital, and it happened in like Houston. A guy gets sent to the hospital because they gave spoilers. Like people are waiting online, and this is a real dick move. And I worried about this. I was worried about this the whole time.
Yeah.
That people would come out of the theaters and start yelling the fucking spoilers to people that were waiting on the line.
Mm-hmm.
So they would go nuts and beat their ass. And I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen assholes on Facebook posting things,
Yep.
and people going nuts. What the fuck is wrong? And it's true. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, luckily, I already saw it. I was lucky in a sense. Like, I had a real. My boy's birthday was last Friday, so we went up to Disney to take him up there for his birthday, right? So then Sunday we drove back down from Orlando. It's like a 4-hour drive, and then right from there we went to the movies to fucking right away. And I was worried the whole time, the whole weekend. I was worried people were going to spoil it on me, right?
Mm.
So I had like basically a fucking social media blackout all weekend. I didn't do much, and then so I got to see the movie, and luckily nobody like it was fucked up. But this movie theater was like a really shitty movie theater. There's garbage piled everywhere, and it shouldn't be because it's like one of the high end malls down here. And it took 45 fucking minutes to get popcorn.
Oh.
And they ran out of all the large containers, so the popcorn was only a small popcorn as it was.
Oh Jesus!
It was like, yeah, it was bullshit, right? And then when I all these seats are signed, and but what to sit next to me? This woman that was just like, round isn't the word. There was round on top of her round.
Oh my
She was
god.
a snowman.
She used her
woman. Sorry.
She used her rolls as a table.
Snow
Oh my
person.
god.
Yeah,
She had satellites.
oh yeah, she used those rolls as a table. But the thing is, though, is that I can't complain though, because amazingly, I don't know how she fit herself in the chair, but somehow she kept it all contained. It was all in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and since she was using her stomach as like her armrests,
Oh my god.
she didn't take up mine. So actually, it was amazingly comfortable. I was surprised.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's why you never judge a cover by its book, huh? Huh? Yeah.
And then, so then after that, of course, because I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and I couldn't have that the led up to this big battle that I couldn't have them ruin that on me. So I had to go home and watch that right away too.
Yes.
And so I didn't get to sleep after driving home from Orlando until like fucking 2:00 in the morning. I was shot.
Quite the entertainment overload.
Yeah, it was pretty
Disney,
crazy. But
Endgame, Game of Thrones, crammed into like a 45-minute super leap through time.
Well, it was definitely not 45 minutes, but you could have done a montage.
Wow. Definitely a super
Sunday. I will tell you this about Avengers without ruining anything for anybody, which I wouldn't want to do anyway. It was not a perfect movie, right? If you really want to nitpick it, there were a lot of holes, like a lot of big plot holes that you could rip it apart. If you're a comic book elitist, you might not even like it. There are things that you might be like, nah, I can't with that. Right.
Yeah.
However, so far I haven't heard the comic book elitist that didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
For me, if you are going to wrap up a 22 movie epic that every one of them was connected to finalize into one story, this is exactly how you do it. And it, in a sense, it was perfect.
Okay.
In an emotional sense, it was perfect. As far as fan service, it was great.
Yeah.
There were certain scenes in there that were like, whoa. And if you're a comic fan, there are certain scenes in there that might not even have been in that story arc that were in other story arcs. So you're like, whoa, they did that in this. You know, certain things that were epically great. And the way they wrapped it up was brilliant. It was beautiful. And I'm a guy, I talk about this all the time, that I like to see movies, I like to read books because of the experience of connecting with other people who enjoyed it too. Like, oh man, when they did this, that was awesome. So I like to talk about the parts, right? There's nothing to say. Marvel said it all. There's nothing to say. It's just, it's like a pure satisfaction. That was great.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, to me, that's what it was. It was just, man. So definitely, you know how I'm always talking about if it's certain movies can be good if you expect them to suck, and then you go in and they're great. They're good because you weren't expecting much, whereas other people wanted so much more out of it, and it sucks for them, right?
Right.
I don't think you can have that experience with this. I don't think you can. But at the same time, I'm not going to amp up any. Oh, yeah, you got to see. I'm not going to amp that up like that. Some of it was like that.
And that's why, like a conversation, like I watch Twitch, right? So these streamers are playing the games on the internet and whatever, and the chat, right? And the goes, and so this guy is interactive, so he talks to chat a lot and whatever. So we were talking about what do you prefer in like a game, right? Do you prefer a game that you can get like 100 hours out of, and it doesn't matter if it was like $60, or if you're gonna like, what if the game was really short, but it was really really fun? Like it changes your value of what the game is. Let's say the same $60 price tag, but $160 game. You get 12 hours of just in your face, awesome action. It's so fun. It's awesome. It's amazing. Or do you want a game that you can play for like 300 hours and replay it and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with these movies, right? If you want to, like, this is exactly how I feel with like the prequels, or people that like to pick holes in the plot of Star Wars. Look, George Lucas is not great because he's some great screenwriter. Okay? He had some hokey lines. He had some like bumpy dialogue.
Alec Guinness couldn't stand it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. He complained a lot. But can you argue with what Lucas, Star Wars changed things, changed the way we look at things.
None
George
of the
Lucas
stuff that
then
we talk
also
about would exist without it.
Yeah. George Lucas also then creates two companies that is the standard for the movie industry for the next 2 decades at least, right?
Especially special effects wise.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, he invented all that shit.
Yes, absolutely. So yes, can I go into the prequels and the fucking pod race was too long, the this, the that, blah blah. Sure, but you know what? It was fucking Star Wars.
Right.
What I'll give you with the prequels and these later ones, especially with dropping bombs in space and like some of the really ridiculous, and I even kind of enjoyed those because it's still Star Wars, even though there's a lot of it that's like, what the fuck? And a buddy of mine pointed out from the new one for The Last Jedi, more and more things that make it shittier and shittier. But okay, fine. The prequels, right? I think episode 1 is fine. What I don't like Jar Jar is annoying. The midichlorians thing really pissed me off because then they took it from being a spiritual thing to being something that like is like inherently in you, like genes or something.
Yeah.
Like you have better genes than some people,
Yeah.
you know. So that kind of annoyed me, right? But even with that, leave that script the whole way. All right, whatever. If you just removed the second movie, because the second movie was not good,
Mm.
but if you remove the second movie and made the third movie instead of this Order 66 crap, you made the third movie. You made 2 be 3.
Yeah,
You
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
If 3 was 2, if the third movie was 2, and they end that with him becoming Vader, and they don't do this thing, this Order 66 where they just shoot Jedi as if they didn't know that was coming.
Yeah.
But then they made the third movie nothing but it made it like the Highlander. Only he was
Yeah.
the bad guy.
Yeah.
Vader was like the Kurgan going and cutting off everyone's heads.
Right.
And the whole movie was just him just hunting down Jedi and fucking killing them.
That would have been
Whole
great
movie.
because you had Vader in action for a whole movie, and that
Yeah.
would have been great. Yeah,
It would have
You're
been
right.
epic.
So 2 things with that. One, Lucas's story arc was obviously not about the kick-assness of Vader. It's the turn and the redemption and all that. But then also in the books, the expanded universe went into that heavily. Like they make it seem like in the movie that it's like, all right, all Jedi, bing, bing, bang, boom, boom, and then it's like it's just Obi-Wan and Yoda, right? It's
Yep.
the last 2 Jedi ever. But there was like
Yep.
a bunch of Jedi spread out doing missions and shit like that. And Vader did with his elite troops, his 501st, right? He went out and fucking hunted down every scrap of trace of information. And that's where like you see in Empire how like he's on the Star Destroyer, he gets the bounty hunters, all this kind of shit. Like that was
Right.
him, like out in the field, though.
Yeah, like the leader of an elite crack squad, like fucking like Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and then like if you imagine like A New Hope, right?
Right.
Obviously, at the time, Vader was just supposed to be this imposing villain, and even as great as it was for special effects, you can't have like you didn't have ninjas in like space movies, like.
I know.
So, but then you look at what was the one that was like the in between movie where they get in the Death Star plans.
Oh no, that's a good
Rogue
was
One.
good.
Rogue
Yeah,
One.
Rogue One was
And-
fucking good, man.
But then you see like at the end of that, which is supposed to be like smack up against
And
us
that's
seeing
what-
Vader.
It was like
Vader's
back
like,
to the future.
wow, he's taking on like fucking spaceships and shit, like single hand. Maybe not, but you know what I mean? Like he was kick ass at the end of that movie, and that was supposed to be
All I can tell you
transition
is
right to
that in the books, and this comes from the books, Yoda created Dagobah from his force.
Mm,
So if he could do that, if he could create a whole fucking planet, then Vader could throw ships around.
yeah, sure. And
Yeah.
and there does get to be some one of the games, and I don't want to go too nerdy and dive down this hole too deep, but like one of the games that they made for a PlayStation or Xbox, whichever, or might have been for both. You're this dude that's like Vader's secret apprentice, or the Emperor's secret apprentice, whichever one. And you do it, and there's at one point when you're supposed to like, there's a Star Destroyer like coming down, you gotta do something with it. I didn't play the game, but like all the
I think,
cutscenes.
no, I know the game you're talking about. I'm pretty sure that I have it. Pretty sure that I played it. And
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Force
yeah.
Unleashed, I think it was, or something like
I
that.
think he has the Force Unleashed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have it. And I
There's one where he's like one
Yeah, he
hand,
does
he's like does the force move, and then like an what's the ATST, the little Scout Walker thing, just like
Right.
crumbles up and flies away.
Okay, like we did go really deep down that hole, and I got to pull
Oh
us
sure,
out
yeah,
of
the
it.
rabbit hole.
I don't mind that though so much because I love Star Wars, so fucking whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Swinging it
switching
back
gears.
around.
So Game of Thrones, though, I don't know if you guys watch that at all.
I haven't.
Game of Thrones is absolutely my favorite thing that's ever been done on the television.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot. I'm a TV. I like fucking TV and movies. I like
Mhm.
storylines. I love The Walking Dead. And Game of Thrones just blows it all away.
Were
Even though
you a
it's had
Sopranos
issues.
fan?
I know. I never got into it.
Okay.
I think that was. I mean, yeah, I never really got into it. I don't remember if I had HBO at the time because I
Mhm.
was
I
rather
was just
broke.
curious.
I was a broke fellow. No, I don't know if I just didn't get it. I don't know why. I don't remember why, but I never did. And now it feels like I can't go back to do that. I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. But this is great. Now, this one was a little disappointing because they led it up to be this big thing. It was this 82-minute episode. It was all a battle. A lot of the complaints where people were right was that you could barely see any of the shit going on. And they have all these characters that are alive. They didn't kill enough of them. And they didn't kill anybody that you really like. Oh, well, maybe they did. I don't know, depending on what you're into. Maybe, but not really enough. They didn't kill enough. They acted like they were going to kill all these people, and like people that you watched the show and you cared about. And that was the whole thing about it, even more than The Walking Dead. Like, I don't know if you guys were into The Walking Dead, but The Walking Dead, you never knew who was going to die and when and how horribly, right? And it made it just like fucking whoa, because you never knew it. It was all the slow drama, and then somebody gets eaten. You're like, no, right? Game of Thrones is the same thing. Was the same thing. You never knew from one episode to the next when they would create this awesome character just to kill them at the end. And you're like, what do you mean? Like fucking, and they would do it like randomly to children, to all kinds of fucking, like crazy shit. And so, and it was like, what the fuck? Plus, and then there was hot chicks walking around with no clothes on, like half the time, most of the time. Good action, all great action, all that stuff. I mean, really good stuff. So it's really cool, but I rushed home for all this, and it, now I'm waiting for the next one. It ends. I got to see what happens next, but it wasn't really the way that I would go. I would have done a few more. I had the same problem with End of the World Pro shows though too. I mean, you guys probably heard me already by now a million times complain about End of the World movies. Not enough people die. It's the end of the world. How the fuck aren't there more people dying?
No, like Japan is wiped out. Like they're all dead.
Right.
We just didn't show it in the movie, but just pretend.
But really though, when California sinks into the ocean, the typhoon on the other side, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the was the one where the planet started freezing?
Oh, that's
tomorrow.
Amy Rossum, Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah. What did you saw that, right?
Oh yeah,
I remember that movie.
What did you think?
It's like a lot of those movies for me. That when I saw it in the movies, because back then I saw everything in the movies. Like it was in the movies, I saw it. Right? If it was fucking some chick flick, I saw it. I didn't like it when I saw it in the movies.
Okay.
And I also, because I hate movies with a message, I don't need to hear your fucking message. I'm actually in the movies to forget your message. But watching it at home is one of those movies that you just put it on. My wife was watching one of those before. She was saying that that's why I switched the mics, because she was talking to me and and it was picking it up. So I had to switch out.
Okay.
Right. But it's one of those movies that if it's on, I'm probably going to leave it on.
Okay.
Even though when I saw it in the movies, I couldn't stand it. But what is that? Kingdom of Heaven, that Orlando Bloom movie about the Crusades.
Okay, yeah.
That's another movie I had that's like that with me too. In the movies, I saw it in the movies. I hated it in the movies. At home, now I love it. I watch it every time it's on.
Huh. Interesting.
Fucking weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt the same way. It was like one of those things where it was just like, at the time going into it, you're like, you're excited. You're like, disaster movies. Yeah, these are awesome. And I remember watching it and being like, huh. It's just a disaster movie.
Yeah.
And I guess that was the one that like killed it for me. Like it was a good run, right? And there's always the one that either jumps the shark or just fucking falls off the cliff or whatever it is, right? And for me at least, that was the one for me.
But the thing is, it's better made than a lot of other things. But then
it wasn't, cinematically and all that kind of stuff. Like I appreciated the movie. I don't hate it. I just and especially because I wanted to like it, I think.
I've said this a million times, and I've written blogs about this from years ago. 10 years ago, wrote blogs about this. Like Deep Impact is a great end of the world movie.
Yeah.
Because that movie really it captures what would happen and what people would do if it was the end of the world. Armageddon, which is like the exact same plot, It's like the exact same premise, only it's a shitty movie. But that's the one that everyone went to see and the one that everybody loved, the one that made billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And it's fucking terrible. But that's also another one that it was terrible when I saw it. But now if it's on, I'm probably gonna leave it on because there's some entertaining shit in it. You know?
And you know what it is with that movie? It's an emotional fucking draw.
I
for a
know.
lot of people.
I think it's like Deep Impact is an actual drama, and people would actually act like that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Bruce Willis and his band of outlaw oil drillers going to outer space to save the world. You know,
when you say the plot out loud, how can I argue for the movie?
And then the emotional connection to what, Ben Affleck?
Oh God, yeah,
you know?
that was part of the hate version of my love-hate relationship with Ben Affleck. Like I loved him as Ed O'Banion, hated the fact that he turned into Batman. You know?
I have to say, man, I actually liked his Batman. I thought his Batman was great. No,
John.
look, hold on, wait a minute.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
The movies sucked.
Mm-hmm.
There's no part of any Ben Affleck Batman in a movie that the movie is good. Even though I actually kind of even liked Justice League because it's entertaining. It's not good, but it's entertaining as fuck.
Yes, I like Justice League.
I liked watching all the Justice League running around fucking fighting things. Even though the movie is not good, the plot is fucking horrendous, and it's just it's just bad in general. It's entertaining.
Yes.
Batman vs Superman is trash, but if you're thinking Frank Miller Dark Knight, Dark Knight Returns, old man, fucking beat up old man, miserable fucking Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
And where he wants to retire Bruce Wayne. He's great as that version of Bruce Wayne. Where he's all fucking miserable and he's just, I don't want to be Batman anymore.
No, I get that. And definitely that's not like a Christian Bale, kind of thing.
It's different because Christian Bale's Batman, beginning Batman.
But if that's the case, if that's the old curmudgeon Batman that we're going for, much better people you could have gotten, I feel.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But don't forget, they have to be old curmudgeon and still young enough to do the action parts.
Sure.
I think I really liked him as Batman. I thought he was great. Which surprised me because I generally can't stand him. But
pretty much all the time,
yeah.
Getting back to the end of the world and whatnot. One movie that I really like is I Am Legend. Because now to him the end of the world already happened. So you get to see him by himself dealing with the world as it is, just by himself and his dog. And it's just such an interesting story.
That's the Omega Man, right?
The story, yeah.
The story is the Omega
Man. No, absolutely.
Charlton Heston did the movie. That movie is really good.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Heston one.
But I like the Will Smith version too. The Will Smith version got kind of panned, but I liked it.
Right. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was so well done. And
I didn't like the ending of as much. I kind of I kind of like this was one of those like slow climbs for me, but I was trending upward with the movie. And I felt like the ending was kind of like I get it.
Yeah.
I could see it fell flat a little bit for me.
I could see how people would think that it's slow, of course, because it's.
But I did it. I did enjoy the whole build up.
Yeah, what can you do with one guy and a dog?
I enjoyed Castaway as well, and that was
right.
That was just him, like 90% of the movie.
Right.
That's great.
Right. But, I just thought it was an interesting element that it was. There's not many movies where you get to see the perspective of there being the end of the world had happened already, where you just saw the end of the world. Yeah, exactly. Where there's not many like that, but when they do it and they do it well, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
And I did
Mad Max,
And I like Mad Max was great because it was post-apocalyptic and there was action, it's whatever. But then I Am Legend in its own right I liked also because it did show you the perspective of, dude, fucking everybody's dead
except me.
I'm sure there's other people
Yeah.
out there. Maybe I can find them, like that kind of mentality, but he's on
Right.
his own. He's gotta do shit, and he's gotta make his way. And there's these fucking creatures and shit and fucking like
Right.
I enjoy that. Like, and
You
it's
know what
almost like video game brought to life too, if you
It
like
is.
that kind of genre.
You know what I like about it? You know what I like about it? This guy's got every reason to fucking give up.
Yep.
You know, he's got every reason to give up, but he
Just
fucking
kill himself.
he
Yeah.
doesn't now. Now, part of it is because he's batshit crazy, and it's his being batshit crazy that keeps him alive the whole time,
Mhm.
Yep.
right? But that's also why at the end he kind of has to die. Because think about this, man. He blows up the leader of these vampire things and
Yeah,
fucking.
I didn't mind the him dying part though.
Yeah, and then they get this cure from him from his blood, but how does that dude go back to a normal society where there's actually people around and fucking,
Yeah.
that dude can't go back to that.
Yeah.
He's been fucking alone in isolation with him and his dog, running away from fucking vampires,
Yeah.
and scounging for food during the day
Yeah.
for years.
And he lost his dog.
And he lost it and he had to kill his own dog.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about that movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was weeping.
Kill anybody you want. Just leave the
Don't-
animals alone.
Leave the dog alone, please.
Let him be a fucking doggy zombie. It's fine. He'll just go
Pretty
chase
fucked
fucking zombie cats or something. It's fine. But yeah, that's another
So,
thing, and the emotional journey that you kind of take with him too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I like that. I do want to do a fucking Highlander movie where the fucking bad guy fucking wins.
oh,
That whole Vader thing would have been fucking great, man.
Yeah.
God damn, I wish I could make that movie right now.
You know what that means, man? You got to write it. That's what that means.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
know?
Disney would never make that movie.
No.
no, not at this point anymore.
You'd be a little more daring, I would think, than anything Disney would be able to put out.
It's
But,
probably true. Well, you would have to be though. I mean, if you had that, like Thaddeus was talking about, if you had him going hunting people down with his crack squad of fucking murderous fucking empire villains, right?
Yeah.
It literally is. You're writing the Gestapo, right?
Man.
You're writing the Gestapo going down and murdering the heroes.
Yeah.
That's a little sick. That's a dark and twisted.
Right.
Yeah, it was the same clones that were, Anakin's when he was fighting for the not rebellion, fucking whatever, back then, the Republic, right? They followed him, because Emperor's like, yeah, kill all the Jedi, but not that dude. He's in charge now. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
On a lighter note,
Mhm.
Brazil's president, I don't know if you guys saw this. Brazil's president he's shocked that they have 1,000 penis amputees a year in Brazil, right?
Is that all?
Yeah, he's shocked that there's that many, but apparently the reason is because they don't have enough soap and water.
Yo, when you get that shit on the tip, and then it just slowly
That's pretty
growing
hard.
in.
I mean, I guess maybe I don't know. I didn't know that it was the jungle. I don't know the the topography of fucking Brazil. But like fucking, they get crotch rot so bad that 1,000 people a year have to get their cocks cut off because they get crotch rot so bad.
That's insane.
I used to think that was a joke. Oh, could in the Medal of Honor. Got the Purple Heart though, and crotch rot. I always thought it was a joke, but fucking apparently not. Apparently you could get your cock cut off from crotch rot. 1,000 people a year in Brazil.
1,000 people. That's insanity.
Yeah.
What's
Like, if
their
you wanted to tell
population?
me across the years 1,000 people had to
That's
have it
true.
done.
I would think it's high. Isn't Brazil a pretty big country?
You would think so. I mean, like I can say Argentina's got 40 million people, but it's spread out. It's a long country and it's spread out. So I would think that Brazil has more people than that because it's much bigger, it's wider, and it's closer to the equator. So it's more ideal conditions.
209 million. So
There you go.
It's about 2/3 of the population of the United States.
Yeah, it's a big country.
It's a big country. Yeah, it's big. That's a lot of
Yeah.
people. Most people countries don't have as many people as we do. That's a big country.
Yeah.
So they have 100,000. Oh, so it's per capita. That's not really all that many, but still, it's 1,000 penises a year.
1,000, dude.
It kind of puts things in perspective with our original story of 3,000 penises.
Yes.
Right.
It's 3,000 penises.
Crotch rot penises in the formaldehyde jars.
Well, does
that taint the collection?
Would it kind of kill it off? Does it turn the formaldehyde funny color? You don't get to see it.
Yeah. Does it get like hazy and then you can't enjoy the cock?
Are there green hairs on the balls instead of fucking?
Yeah.
Now, what is the president proposed to do about it? What is he?
Well, that they didn't say.
No.
Maybe
You need to be shocked. That's all.
He's shocked. What do you really do? When 1,000 penis, when you have to get your penis cut off because you didn't grab soap and water, you probably don't need that thing.
Right. Do you make soap cheaper? Maybe I don't know. So people can get it.
Soap.
I don't.
I mean, can you make soap cheaper? Is it possible?
Yeah. There's people that make their own soap, so
it's true. You can make your own soap of animals,
right? So, it's a question of availability, opportunity.
And it's pretty shocking considering this particular president, right? They talk about Trump, although they call him the Trump of the tropics. He tweeted a video of a man fingering his own asshole, getting pissed on by another dude at an outdoor carnival.
Why? Why did he?
I don't know. Well, for whatever reason, he has a video of a guy fingering his own asshole and getting pissed on by another dude out in the street. And he has this. He took this video and then he reposted it.
Not only does he have a video, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I can understand if someone was like, "Holy shit, do you see this? Holy shit, get your fucking phone, video this." Right? Maybe somebody owns that, right? But why, in your position especially, would you then go to social media with this and put it out there like, "Hey guys, this is a thing."
And they say tweeted. They didn't say retweeted.
Yeah.
They say he tweeted. That was his video. He shot that video of a dude fingering his asshole getting pissed on.
The only thing I can think of is he must think that it's funny. He must have that kind of sense of humor.
Right.
And just says,
PSA.
Check this out. PSA. Do not be this guy.
Yeah. All right, folks. We can't be out here doing this. All right.
But that right there is a perspective forming thing right there, right? So this is a guy who takes a video of a guy fingering his own asshole getting pissed on by another guy in the middle of the street, and then he tweets it when he's the president, right? But he's shocked that there's still 1,000 people a year that have to fucking get their cock cut off because they don't wash their balls.
Right.
Well, you would think that the pee is maybe that's what it is. The pee would sterilize the crotch rot, some proper care, maybe a little ointment or something, and we can beat this thing. Okay.
Maybe that was his public service announcement. Maybe that's what he said. He said in the article here they're trying to raise awareness. Maybe that was him raising awareness. If you let your boy piss on your cock, that's a little fucked up. None of you dudes are pissing on me. None of you dudes are pissing on my cock, especially.
Yeah, of all the fucking places to piss on me, that's not my cock.
My cock. I mean, that's a little bit funny. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's gay, but I don't know that it's not either.
Like technically, with the stream count as touching.
I don't know, but don't cross the streams. I learned that in Ghostbusters.
See, but then they went and crossed the streams later in the episode.
But it makes sense though. If you're pissing and you cross the streams, that's just going to splash everywhere. You don't know what's going to go.
You don't know who's on whose leg.
Right. You don't know whose it is. You don't know where it came from. Exactly. It's fucking. That's just a mess.
It's just a whole conglomeration of piss everywhere.
Now the guy with the 3,000 penises, right? I'm not sure, right? If this is a lot, all this is multiple universe, multiple perspectives. We're showing all the different ways you can look at the world.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure if that's a lot because it's only 3 years worth of penises. But at the same time, it's 3 years worth of all the penises in Brazil.
It's true. Also,
You know,
it's also the collecting of all the 3,000 penises in Brazil.
right? I mean, you've collected all 3,000 of all the penises in Brazil for 3 years.
And do you think there's somebody else that has another 3-year reign where they have to get the penises? Like, is there another person with 3,000 penises in their basement somewhere? How far does this epidemic go?
Probably.
And can they be reused?
It's
Huh.
well, they're keeping it in case there's other penis detachments that they can use one to fuse together and make.
Yeah,
Fun.
is it like almost like
Somebody
a?
needs one.
Is it almost like a Disney's head kind of thing? Like, hey, keep my head frozen, so if we can ever beat this shit, like just put me on a machine.
It could be, or maybe he just likes like pickled cock.
That's true. There's nothing in the article that says he doesn't go down and take one out and
Pump
chompy
in his
chompy
mouth for a
chomp it.
while,
And this
you
is
know?
just its stock,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's maybe it's a replenishing thing. Maybe in his lifetime, yes, at right now at this very moment he has 3,000. But
sometimes it's 2,400.
he's
Sometimes it's
collected.
48.
How many has he collected over his life?
It's true.
Right?
We don't know.
Just think
But
about
the
it. Like
truth-
like if you had all your baseball cards, right? At any given moment, you have those cards. That's how many you own. But how many did you trade away? You know, how many did you lose? How many got fucked up? How many, got put in your bike spokes? Shit like that. You know, like you've owned more than what you own right now.
we say it all the time too. Chances are, if there's something that you're into, somebody else is into it too.
Mm-hmm. Aha.
Yeah. So yeah, somebody else definitely has drawers full of penises lining their walls, but they just haven't found them
He's pissed off because he only has 1,700.
yet. Right. Exactly.
This fucking guy over here, he's got 3K.
Maybe that's how they caught the other one. It's like a
Nah.
tight knit community. And he got jealous. I'm going for the number one spot, baby.
Hello, police. Yeah, I know a guy that has 3,000 cocks. Fucking so many. What? No, I just no. Go arrest him.
Speaking of sausage, did you see that in Australia? They're making sausages with maggots and bugs.
I just don't like you. Sometimes I read these articles and I'm just like, no, come on.
This is from semi-real newspapers.
Yes. Yeah.
Semi.
Well, are they all?
We always joke that fucking the National Enquirer is fucking more news than fucking news is now.
It was breaking news 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
I used to have such high hopes for the Australians, but
this actually makes sense though. They're talking, especially coming from Australia, where you don't know, you might have to eat the bugs, depending on if you get caught out there. But it actually makes sense. They talk about the overpopulation of the planet, right? And they're saying that there's going to be a point where the planet's so overpopulated, there's not going to be enough meat to go around for everybody. So there's not going to be enough protein for everyone. So they had to find new alternative protein sources.
Here we go.
And you don't run out of bugs.
Nope.
it's
Also, too, there's some cultures that fucking have them as delicacies. Fucking, there's people on Survivors that are eating like live spiders and shit for challenges. Come on.
it's time to go. It's time to go to Mars.
Yeah, it's
Blend- Blend them up, throw in some paprika. Tastes like chicken.
I want to
I
go
don't
to
know.
Mars.
See, the thing is, what's worrisome about that is you could be eating fucking maggot sausage right now. You would never even know.
I made the joke about the fucking McDonald's, right? Remember the fucking the big story that was going around where they had the McDonald's and it looked like it was like the pink paste and it was made of like chicken legs and ammonia and all this shit,
Yeah, right. You don't know. You're probably eating that shit right now. Even the chopped meat you buy at the store, you don't know what the fuck is in that, man.
Yeah, you never really know. But I'll tell you, man, one thing I have fucking noticed, and as I'm getting older, I still have it from time to time. I'm not gonna lie, like, oh, I never eat it. But like, I eat McDonald's, and like within a half an hour, I've got to fucking take a nasty, nasty shit.
Always, every time. Yeah,
You know, and it's every time, and it's not like and I get it, like the food that was in my mouth hasn't had enough time to get through to my ass. I get that, but I put that food into my system, and my system threw up out of my ass.
Right.
There's a
Threw up
correlation there.
Yeah.
There is a
It's-
correlation there.
It probably pushed something else, you know?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
basically, I fucking put that food in my system. It liquefied everything in my track. Yeah,
It's
maybe
like,
maybe that's a fucking McDonald's just wants to be a colonoscopy you can eat.
see, you know what though? See, this is where looking at things from the proper perspective is
Mhm.
important. If they're trying to market themselves as like a dinner place, like it's like a meal place, right? And
Mhm.
it's just terrible for you. But they should be marketing themselves as tasty laxatives.
Yes. Yep.
Oh man, I have a problem. I haven't been able to shit in days. Let's go to McDonald's. Oh, that's
Mhm.
great. That's a wonderful way to go. And then like 20 minutes later, your problem is solved. And fucking McDonald's is, I'm loving it.
And as a bonus, you get to enjoy the fries, and it's right out.
McDonald's fries, although like if you eat, there's a new study that says if you eat more than 6 fries in a sitting, you're gonna fucking have a heart attack.
Yeah.
But McDonald's fries are amazing. They're still amazing.
So it's worth it?
They're definitely not as good as they used to be, and
Well,
I
nothing
find
is.
sometimes they're hit or miss, but they're still probably the best fry when done right.
You know, it's not hit or miss. For all the nonsense that you hear about Flint water and all this, California, if you drink tap water in California, you're at risk of getting cancer.
Yeah, this is fucking crazy. I saw this fucking story.
Yeah.
That's been happening for a long time though, because remember the PG&E thing from the 90s? The whole thing that Aaron Brockovich was about,
That's down here.
which was a true story. That was in California.
Was it California? I thought it was
Yeah.
down here.
No, I'm pretty sure it was California.
Oh,
Because I think PG&E is California, right?
I'll take your word for it.
I don't remember.
Unless I'm remembering the movie wrong, I could swear it was
No.
California. But
That could be right. My wife worked with her.
oh, okay.
She worked at the law firm that my wife worked at in New York.
Right.
So she came. I know for a fact. I don't know if it's that particular case. I know for a fact that she came down here for those types of cases.
Right.
So I thought it was Florida, but it could have been California, because I could be confusing stories.
Right.
Because I've heard a bunch of them.
Right.
But she was like, I don't know exactly what capacity she worked at the company, but she was there, and so they were doing that shit.
Right. I think she seemed like an assistant to an attorney or whatever it was.
The thing is that you're better off, even with that, right? I don't care. Besides the fact you live in California, water filters are cheap. Yeah, you should always be drinking. You should always be getting a filtered water and drinking your water filtered anyway. Even New York City, where it's delicious, the most delicious tap water in the world. But I can't say anything because I drink from fucking hoses.
Yeah, I have family in like northern Connecticut, like almost Massachusetts. Like they get their gas in Massachusetts. That's how fucking northern Connecticut they are. Huh?
I bet that water tastes like shit.
Oh, it's awful. They don't even really like brushing their teeth with the fucking water.
Oh, so they didn't really like brushing their teeth. What?
Exactly.
What is the least of their problems?
Yeah, no, but it's terrible. It's really straight up god awful, and they say no, they do not do it. They get these big like jug o Poland Spring and keep it in. They have like a cold room, so to speak.
The things we talk about in the show.
Yeah. It's amazing how like unless you're in an area where just your water's really shitty, like again like the Flint, Michigan, and all that shit. But it's like you almost do take for granted sometimes that it's like fucking what do you mean you can't drink your water from your faucet? Like you're supposed to be able to do that, right?
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. That's one of the things down here. The water tastes like shit. I'm always worried about fucking getting cancer from it. So we you got to have the filtered water. You got to drink it. Like
sure. I mean, I drink filtered water now anyway too. I run it through the fridge and change the filters every so often or whatever. Because even here, but it's again like as a kid growing up, it's like, wow, what the fuck do you mean water's a problem?
Yeah,
fucking 2/3 of the earth is water. Fuck you, water's a problem.
But things
we're 80% water.
Yeah, right.
You
Fuck.
know?
It's a sign that everything's falling apart around us. That syphilis is on the rise again.
Yep.
It
Yeah,
came back
syphilis.
stronger.
It's come back strong. It's that super syphilis, the super gonorrhea.
That's because of all the fucking pirates going around and the crotch rot in fucking Brazil.
The crotch rot in Brazil. Fucking people saving that in jars. You know, like I mean,
Yeah.
like, does it like is fermented crotch rot like is it more potent? Is it like stronger crotch rot? Like if those FBI agents were carrying the jars of fermented crotch rot penises from Brazil, right?
Mm.
And one of them spilled and broke. Is it like contagious? Like, will they get?
It'd be like
crotch rot?
outbreak.
Right? Exactly. And everybody just starts getting crotch rot.
Yes.
Crotch rot forever.
Yeah. You get crotch rot by fucking breathing the air. Yeah. And it's
Right.
over.
Then it's done. It's fucking. You make you get.
But you wait 2 more years, it becomes a delicacy you can eat.
Pickled crotch rot penis, huh?
Yeah, like what's that fucking the one fish where it's like 1/8 of it isn't poisonous, and if you fucking cut it wrong,
The blowfish.
yeah. Fuck. What the why?
Yeah, people right. And people eat that shit. Like fuckers eat scorpions. Like I don't need to do that.
Mm-mm.
Like I guess, and then they tell me that I'm not adventurous. I don't need to do that.
By the
So
way,
look,
blowfish.
look at me. I love fucking food. All right, I fucking love it.
It says the nacho man on the shirt.
Yeah, ooh,
The nacho man. That's awesome.
but like, I don't need to be fucking risking my life just to fucking try some shit. Like,
Yeah, I don't need to eat that.
Nah, that's
I don't
okay.
I don't need
I'm
to eat
good.
maggot sausages. You know what? Fucking if it comes to the point where I have to eat maggot sausages, I'm good. Give me a salad, I'm good.
Yeah. Like, all right, I believe you. Oh my god, it tastes like fucking velvet, velvet fucking I don't know. No, I don't care.
You
not
got some
care.
mushrooms, let's go make some funny soup.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Will not eat. No, thank you.
Right. When I'm tripping balls, I won't need to eat.
Mm-mm. Fucking I'll lose so much weight, it'd be awesome. I'll be fucking svelte.
Yeah, apparently, like syphilis cases have tripled recently.
How do fucking people let this shit happen, man? Come on.
I don't know.
Come on, people.
How do people let their toddler get a used condom stuck in its mouth at McDonald's?
See? Another reason why you shouldn't be eating McDonald's, folks.
I mean, like, what the fuck? What's going on at McDonald's? But seriously though, how does your 2-year-old, because toddler's 2, right? How does your 2-year-old get a used condom in its mouth at McDonald's? What the fuck were you doing?
Yeah. Because here's the thing, my kid would never know what the fucking floor of a McDonald's is even because they would never be on it.
Like, how the fuck? Like, somehow this kid, this 2-year-old, was in an area where there was a used condom in the vicinity to pick up and put in its mouth.
Yes.
Without you noticing. I mean, where was his condom? Was it on the fucking middle of the floor? I mean, it could maybe.
Yeah, like under the table. It was probably under the table.
It was stuck under the table. It was hanging there.
It was probably a booth. Some probably got
Hey,
fucking a little
that's
something.
That's a bold move.
It could also be like some punk kid was like telling his other friend or whatever, "Hey, check this out. We're just gonna put a condom here and see what happens."
Yeah.
And they're probably looking through the window, laughing their asses off.
Oh shit! That kid's gonna pick it up, and put his mouth. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
It could have been some fucking perv fucking jerking off into a condom, watching the kids play in the bowl area.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wishing they were in his bowl area.
Horrible.
Don't worry, kids. Yeah. Yes. No, and see, that's the kind of person that deserves the crotch rot.
Probably, but then now you know how it spreads.
Yes. In the ball pit.
Here's a shitty one in case you ever having a fucking bad day. This fucking dude in Australia, right? He served 12 years in prison he was wrongfully convicted for a fatal hit and run crash and locked away for 12 years in prison in California.
12 years, folks.
Yeah, 12 years. So,
but there's a happy twist to the story.
So he gets out, right? And he gets out of prison and then gets killed in a car crash.
Oh no.
That day?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be.
Oh my god.
I can't.
The guy went flying up in the sky.
Now we need to make fun of it.
He received $3.25 million in payments for the wrongful conviction, and I guess he never got the fucking. Oh no! Okay, he was released in 2006, so he got 10 years worth of his money.
Oh, okay.
So he had 10
go
years.
fuck him then.
I don't know. Would you take 12 years in prison for? You have to trade in 12 years in prison for $3.5 million. But 10 years after you get the $3.5 million, you're gonna get crushed to death by a car. It's gonna make you fly. You're gonna get hit so hard by a car, you're gonna go flying through the air and die.
$3.5 million. No.
And he's let's see, how old is he? Because that's important too.
Sure.
He's 56. He's 56. So, okay, so you're 36 when you go to prison. You get out when you're fucking, or you're 34 when you go to prison. You get out when you're fucking 46. You get 10 years, and at 56, you're done.
Not worth three.
Oh no, not worth it.
No.
I don't know. Yeah.
If you told me some kind of like stupid money, like fucking $1 billion or fucking 40 million, or like something like fuck you money, I'd have to think I'd consider it. But
I don't know, man. That's a rough trade-off.
I feel like 3 million would go fucking way too quick for me to enjoy just 10 years.
I guess it depends also on the prison. Like if you're at some fucking place with animals and you're getting tossed around like you're the party guy.
Oh yeah, then it's definitely worth it.
Like what's that? What's that line in Office Space? Was it like if I'm gonna go to a fuck me in the ass prison or whatever it was? They were afraid of going into the fuck me in the ass prison or whatever. Well, I forgot what the line was, but like
as opposed to normal fuck me in the ass prison.
Well, as opposed to like where the mobsters where they
club,
go to prison,
kind of prison,
a country club kind of prison versus the fuck me in the ass prison, and they're gonna go to the fuck me in the ass prison. So if it's that kind of prison, fuck that, man.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine where I am.
You want to hear the worst story? The worst story I've heard in weeks. This lady in Arkansas, right? Her husband was watching porn in his man cave. Except he wasn't even watching the porn. She saw the porn channel on their cable bill. So she flew into a rage and bursted into his man cave and shot him to death with a shotgun for the porn bill.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, she told him before, you better get that porn off there and not watch it again. And he told her he would have watched the porn, but he did it anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was probably something more to it than just the initial one time. It was.
How many times? Like, what's the quota? How many times do you have to tell somebody not to watch porn before you're legally allowed to shoot them with a shotgun?
I don't think you're ever legally allowed to shoot them.
Yeah, exactly.
How many times?
But like, how many times does it take before you're like, all right, I get it?
Officer, I told him 10 times, stop watching porn. I don't want to pay the bill for your porn anymore. I told him and he listened, so I shot him.
And see,
okay.
Well, ma'am, you were 2 months shy of legal limits.
She's obviously not that smart either, because there's another option. She could have just divorced the guy, and
that's crazy. They already got married. Over, and
maybe gotten some money out of it. I don't know.
Or maybe she could have just enjoyed the porn channel herself.
Yeah,
if you already paid for it, you might as well watch it, right?
Might as well watch it. Maybe you guys can watch it together and rekindle a romance that you guys obviously don't have.
But obviously, they didn't have that kind of relationship.
So yeah, he was clearly doing that to get away from her, obviously. But I don't think he was looking to learn something.
Some bitch.
Maybe he was.
He learned something. Did you have to watch the porn?
Did you see a picture of her? I mean, it all depends.
No, they do. She's an old lady. She's like 69 years old.
Oh, so fuck that. He was good. He was looking to get away from her.
Yeah.
Well, he got away from
That's
it all
pretty.
right.
Yeah. Ran into
She-
a bullet.
He definitely learned something. He learned what it's like to get shot in the chest.
Yeah. Not a whole lot to learn. He's gone.
He learned not to watch any more porn.
Who even knows if he learned that lesson? He's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a quick lesson.
I
He's
hope
up
he
in
felt-
heaven watching porn now. Bitch, fuck you.
Here's one that's nice. This is why you can't listen to what anybody says about fucking ancient civilizations or the native peoples or anything. They found in Mayan ruins that they were using human skulls to burn incense.
Yeah. Well, repurpose. See, they knew how to recycle. What is it? Reuse, renew, recycle.
Yeah, I mean, well, they because they had all kinds of ritual sacrifices and shit like that.
Yeah.
They found a skull with a perfectly drilled hole into its head that was made for like in the church where they fucking burn the incense, they shake it around, they fucking purify the room, they get all the bad spirits out with some dude's fucking head.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they were an enormous civilization. They were an enormous fucking empire for like 1,000 years, murdering people all over the place. But then the Spanish are wrong for coming here and killing them all with disease.
Well, it was their land to legally kill people on.
But now we know though, like why they did it, because like if the Spanish came and they started burning incense in the heads, then not as many people would have died from disease.
Could have cured crotch rot.
Unless it was crash rot. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe this was that. Maybe the fucking incense head is the cure for crotch rot.
Could be.
For thousands of years, they kept crotch rot at bay.
Wow.
Blew it. So
What's the matter, Walt?
Yeah. Just pondering.
Huh.
I mean, what are you supposed to do with all those leftover skulls, though? I mean,
They make good bowls.
yeah, can eat out of the skull caps, right? You can use the teeth for dice or other jewelry, right? Stick a candle in the dude that you hit in the top of the head with the hammer. Stick a candle in it. Boom, candelabra.
Yeah. You could pickle their cocks.
Pickle their cocks. Although pickling wasn't as big back then, they just straight up ate them.
Yeah, where did pickling come in? When did pickling become a thing? Who are the first to pickle?
Oh, and did they start with cocks?
I mean,
You gotta
start
test
somewhere.
it before you ruin the vegetables, right?
Well,
Before
that
I
crotch-
ruin this perfectly fine cucumber, I
It's,
need to know if this works.
perfectly logical.
Test subjects.
Walter, are you looking up pickling?
No.
Are you looking up pickled cocks?
Not even close. Not even close.
I'll do it.
So that's what I have to look up the history of pickling now.
I'm doing it for you. Go ahead.
I was actually looking up Leonardo da Vinci being a paleontologist.
Pickles have been around since about 2030 BC.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
So
Fantastic.
yeah, so cucumbers in India were pickled in the Tigris Valley. It means salt brine. That's what pickle means. It means salt brine in German, from German.
There you go.
So pickling has been around for 4,000 years.
It's the liquid version of them doing like the pork, the dried pork and stuff, right? The dried meats.
Jerky.
Yeah.
Pickles and jerky.
Mm.
I can't think of a better recipe to shit your pants, though.
Get your shoes and glasses and head right to the bathroom.
Yeah, really. I mean, talk about fucking constipation and fucking clear it out with McDonald's. Just serve jerky and pickles.
Oh. Wash it down with
I'm gonna have to do that.
a nice warm glass of milk.
Now I'm gonna have to do that to my wife. I'm gonna have to spend a day doing nothing but eat beef jerky and pickles.
Oh,
You know what your stomach would be like after doing that? That would not be great, man.
I feel like that would definitely give you one of those like you're not sure like if it's a fart or if it's a fucking shart.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a shot on the menu. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
That's like
Yes.
you gotta be careful with those.
There's definitely gonna be some fudge on this Sunday. Spackle the bowl, baby. Spackle the bowl.
How did it even get up there?
Yeah.
See it like 2 days later. Like, oh,
throw in a couple of those maggot sausages.
oh, Jesus.
This is one of our nastier episodes, and which is hard because we talk a lot about dog fucking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you say it like that,
we somehow put it all together tonight, though. We managed to, in every segment.
Yeah, interesting show.
Yeah.
Show.
We made the pickled cocks come together.
The fact that we brought the call back to fucking pickle to 3,000 cocks, and there was another one that was in there too. Oh well, something I didn't think I would ever be able to get back into the show, but it was there. I'll know what it was in the replay.
There you go.
There we go.
You'll be excited about it.
It's immortal. I mean, we're the only ones that listen to the YouTube, but
it's okay. You got to start somewhere, baby.
On that note, though, I'm getting to the point where I'm about to have nothing left. So,
is she watching movies with titties again?
No, but she might be thinking about it while she's sleeping because that's what it sounded. It definitely that sounds like the sound that I make when I'm thinking about titties while I'm sleeping.
Well, why don't you go find out?
It could be.
Go take care of that intern of yours.
On that note, I think it's time to go. So, you gentlemen have any last words?
Famous last words? No.
That is.
You gotta watch out for the pickled cocks. Yeah.
I mean, well, you know what they say. You if you're not looking for it, you can't see it. But if you're looking for it, you'll find it everywhere.
Also, I gotta say, not a big fan of the crotch rot. No.
I wonder though. It's salt brine. So does the pickling fucking make the crotch rot? I would think so.
Well,
I mean,
salt would dry it. No.
If you one of the ways that, like, if you have a infection in your throat, you gargle salt water. It fucking cleans it out. So I would think that the salt brine would fucking clean out the crotch rot. There you go.
I would think so.
See, you can't put it in formaldehyde because that might not kill it. I don't know.
No.
But pickled cocks will definitely clear up the crotch rot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Those are the ones for the delicacy.
Maybe they should just instead of getting soap and water, they should just stick their balls in fucking pickle juice.
Like a good old jar of Vlasic.
There you go. Here's my Vlasic, baby.
Deep thoughts.
Well, on that note, check us out on YouTube.
Teabag in the pickle jar. Don't eat any after me. No.
Mad TMC the show. Mad TMC the garage.
Last pickle's not always the sweetest.
That's horrible.
Dipping my balls. Yeah. Getting rid of all that crotch rot Vlasic. Yeah.
Man. Well, good night, folks.